Sorry about that. Let's pick back up on Long Live the Pumpkin Queen, Chapter 14, shall we? I hope you're enjoying the narration. Please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all the fun stuff for me. It really does help my channel grow. I really do appreciate it. I'm hoping I can get this channel to grow as quickly as possible. Please bear with me. Let's begin. You can't, I shouted. We're no longer in the library. My parents sent the fury rising inside me. The pitch of my voice climbed into my throat, and they quickly ushered me back into my childhood home where others can't hear us. The grating edge in my voice, the anger and fear churning in my stomach. It's a sacrifice we must make, Greta, my mother said softly, standing a few paces from me. In the long sitting room, candles burning low in the air, smelling of night jasmine. To keep the Sandman from returning to Dreamtown, then we can finally tear down our wall. We won't have to guard the Dream Sand Factory, and we can go into the woods again, harvest our crops, all without fear. But you won't be fixing anything, I protested, feeling a well of tears gathering against my soft cotton eyelid. Jack and the others, everyone in the other holidays, will still be asleep. My father blows out a breath and paces to the fireplace, resting a fabric hand against the wood mantle. We have to protect the dream sand, he says, lifting his eyes to me. We have to keep the Sandman from ever returning and refilling his pockets. But there must be another way to stop him, I say, desperation hanging in each word of my voice, rising, teetering, like it's about to splinter apart. My gaze flashes to my mother, hoping she will agree with me, that she will offer some solution other than destroying the grove of trees. The only door back to Halloween Town and back to Jack, but she shakes her head, eyes rimmed with sadness and regret. I wish there was, but there's nothing we can do. There's no stopping him, only protecting what's left of our town, the Dream Sand, and those who are still awake. I'm sorry, Sally. I press my palm to my eyes, holding back the tears. We can't just cut ourselves off from the other worlds, I say, dropping my head. We can't just leave them there, asleep. I don't know, Switzerland did a pretty good job of cutting off the world. My mother is wearing her hands onto knots, and I fear her seams might start to tag apart if she doesn't stop. There's no way to wake them. I'm sorry. Their dreams belong to the Sandman now. The throbbing at my temples is like a drum. I'm sorry, Sally, my father says, echoing mother's words. I sink into the soft, feathery cushions and push my palms to my fabric knees. You opened a doorway to another world, Mom said now, and the Sandman fled. I'm sorry about what happened to your town, but you've also saved ours. Rid us of the monster we've spent a century fearing. You saved us, Sally. She settles onto the beside me, her voice shaking low. So you see, we have to take this opportunity. We have to keep the Sandman from ever returning. My father drops his hand from the mantel and looks at me like a dad who knows he's breaking his daughter's heart. We don't have a choice, Sally. He agrees. The Sandman has left Dreamtown, and we have to keep him from coming back. A stiffness forms in his throat, and this isn't how I thought it would go. When my parents first stood before me and told me who they were, I felt overcome, dizzy with disbelief, but also something else. I wish I was certain that they would know how to defeat the Sandman, that they would return to Halloween Town together, save Jack, and I would finally know the happily ever after of my own story. Tolling bells and kisses with Jack once he woke up. I don't know it would actually mean crushing hope and growing fear and tears breaking against my cheek. But Jack and the others, I can't just leave them. I say, my voice wary, each word a blade. I know you care about them, my mother says, now patting her hand where where it rests on my knee. Her touch like petals of petunias. I don't know what that word is. Silken tended to. A touch my skin remembers somehow. Hands that braided my hair into long, neat pellets down my back. Hands that wiped away tears when I tore through one of my seams on a spike of a garden fence. These memories are not clear and precise. They rest like gray clouds on a stormy day, only able to be seen partly before they envelop Halloween Town. Was never your home, she says gently, creeping closer to the truth. Dreamtown is your home. It always has been. My father nods, lifting his gaze from the fireplace. This is where you belong, my dear. You have been missing for so many years. My mother squeezes my hand like she's afraid to let go, afraid I'll slip through her grasp all over again. And we finally have you back. I know it's hard to lose the ones you care about in Halloween Town, but you are safe here. It'll be difficult at first, but I think you can be happy in Dreamtown amongst your own people, in a world where you are loved, where you truly belong. I wish that I was loved in Halloween Town, I counter. But even as I say it, I'm not entirely sure that's true. Jack loved me, of course, but the others, they hardly noticed me before I married Jack. And now, as queen, I'm surely a title, a doll that must dress up and make into something new, shiny, and suitable and worthy. Still, I know they are trying to help me understand. They want this place to feel like home, but my heart is breaking. I can't let Jack go. My mother takes my face in her palm. We are your family. We have loved you long before you came here. long before you knew who we were. You are not an outsider in Dreamtown. Your home. This is your home. Her words rattles along each seam, a heavy knowing, tiptoeing along my thoughts. Maybe she's right. Maybe I never should have lived a life in Halloween Town. It was the wrong life, and perhaps I am who I was always meant to be. I feel dizzy, like my stuffing is splitting out of my seams, like I might faint. Nothing makes sense. I want to scream or cry, or sink into the floor and let myself unravel until I'm nothing more than a pile of thread and used up fabric squares. Mother takes me by the hand and leads me down the hall to my old childhood room. You just need to rest for a while, she says softly, sensing the whirling panic in me, the anger and the fear, and all of it is too much. I want to resist, tell her that I won't sleep. I can't, but my head is blurred over with too many thoughts, and I crave the softness of the bed that used to be mine, the quietness of a house that has always begun to feel house that has already begun to feel familiar, like a part of it was woven into my fabric flesh all those years. I just didn't know until now. I remember tiny hands along the wall skipping in a ballerina shoes, laughing, diving into my bed and nesting under the blanket. It was a good life here, wasn't it? Until Dr. Finkelstein stole it from me. I can't abandon Jack. I protest again when we reach my room, but even I can hear the weakness in my voice, as if I'm a little girl all over again, as if there's no strength left in my chest. My mother sighs, mouth drawing into a tensely sewn line in her face. I try to see myself, her her large teacup eyes and long spider leg lashes, the blue thread knitting her imperfect seams together. The more I watch her, the more I know I am part of her, made of the same wool fabric. Just sleep now, she says gently. When you wake up, everything will feel clear. I know she's right. My skin feels so tight, my thoughts darting back and forth like a bat trapped in a cavern. I need to rest. You'll wait to destroy the grove, I ask. She looks into the window across my bedroom, the dusky light making watery shape through the curtains, then nods. I lie on the bed that used to be mine. The indentions in the mattress is so smaller than I am now, my feet reaching the end of the bed frame, but still the sunken center of the mattress is comforting and soft in a way that makes tears prick against my eyes. The girl who used to sleep in this bed is no longer the girl I am now. She was taken from a room inside an observatory, told that she was built instead of born, lied to. I wonder if my parents are right, and this is where I belong. This house, this town, although my head thumps with the need to rest, I stare up at the ceiling and the array of stars and constellations. I can't imagine a life without Jack, but if my father is right and there's no other option, no way to wake the others, and no way to stop the Sandman, then maybe that life is dead, ripped away like a cobweb in a winter storm. Maybe they did need to destroy the grove of trees to keep what's left here safe. Okay, give me 1 second. The book is wanting to be stubborn. Okay. And maybe a life here in Dreamtown without Jack is better than no life at all. A sharp pain spikes through my chest, and I push myself up from the bed. Walking to the window, the town is quiet. Far few people strolling the sidewalks. Perhaps it's finally night, a time when the library closes its doors, and everyone collectively rests for a few hours. I try to imagine a life here in this realm. Who I'd be if I'd never left. Maybe I would have fallen in love with a boy who writes lullabies, who spends his days in the library scribbling down sonnets. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad, I say quietly to myself, but anyone I might have met in this life, but anyone I might have met in this other life, anyone who eyed me from across a stack of books, or held my hand, or plucked yellow daffodils from the community garden, then left them on my windowsill for me to find in the morning, wouldn't be Jack. My heart could never love them in the same deep, dizzying way. They would never be enough. A coldness rises in my throat that wrenches marrow deep, feeling when you lose the last of your hope, when the dark twists around your spine and leaves nothing left. Even if I went back to Halloween Town, there's nothing left. Only shadows. No witch sisters or vampire brothers, no ghosts or wolfmen or mummy boys. They might as well be dead, corpses left to rot in their nightmares. This life here in Dreamtown might be all that's left. I touch the empty jar resting on the window sill, the place where Mother said I once kept all my angers and sads. I wonder if the jar is big enough to hold the mountain of hurt tucked inside of me now, or if the glass would shatter if I tried. I don't have time for childish things. So I place the jar back on the seal, fingers tumbling, then feel myself sink down to the bedroom floor, tears pushing against my eyelids, making palms of my vision. I press my palms to my eyes and let myself sob. I allow the sorrow to bury me in its miserable, unbearable weight. I choke on it. I die on it. I feel myself lying on the floor of my bedroom, and I wish it wasn't. I wish I wasn't here at all. I wish I had never fled Halloween Town and gone into the woods, tearing off my pumpkin crown dress and crow feather crown. I wish I had never found the door to Dreamtown. I wish I would have stayed with Jack, let the sisters pin their fabric into my flesh, and instant I wear the highest of heels. I would have felt trapped by all of it, but not nearly as bone-breakingly awful as I do now. I wish I could undo everything, because if this is the final page of my story, the last chapter, I don't think I can bear it. My eyes blink open, stinging from these salty tears, and I peer across the floors off the floor of my bedroom to where a stack of books has been placed under the bed frame. They aren't hidden, just shoved underneath the bed skirt, as though they were an afterthought. I imagine my younger self tasked with cleaning my room, hastily pushing them out of sight. My hands and knees, on my hands and knees, I crawl to the bed and pull out the book. There are other things under the bed too. A knitted doll wearing a crimson dress, the bow in her hair coated in dust, a wooden set of jacks, a fabric jump rope coming undone, and several spools of thread in various shades of blue. Sinewy? Sirloin. Blue like the sea. Sapphire blue like a shimmering stone. A thrill? Teal blue like the sky after the summer storm. But it's the books that hold my attention, and I sink back onto the floor, wiping the tears from my cheeks. The titles are all unfamiliar, unfamiliar. Most of the spines broken, bent wide from too much reading. They are books that have been read and reread, worn down, fingerprints smeared, and corners folded. They are books on dream making for insomniacs, sheep counting 101, encyclopedias on the method of sheep, theories around daydreams and naps and sleepwalkers. I pull out a recipe book titled Sleep Tome, filled with recipes for golden milk and warm butterscotch coconut. There is a book on how to choose the correct pillow firmness for side sleepers and back sleepers and roly poly tumble tummy sleepers. Oh god, that's adorable. And a DIY book on constructing your own mattress made of recycled fabric and sheep's wool. At last, there's a book titled The Base of Slumber, Dreamtown Edition. Oh, The Basics of Slumber, Dreamtown Edition. The book has been read more than all of the others. Nearly every page dog-eared, whole paragraphs underlined. It's a manual, a basic guidebook for the residents of Dreamtown. I skimmed through chapters on the mineral elements of Dreamtown, the importance of moonlight during sleep, how to keep children from having bad dreams, and finally how to lull even the most restless human into slumber. Those who prefer drinking coffee after 8 p.m. and starring a humming, flickering scene in bed. But my eyelids on the final sentence of the book. The words circled over and over in my mind. Everyone, everywhere can enhance sleep. Some just need to be shown how. Active sleep. It just needs to be shown how. God, I can't read. I lift my gaze to the window, the evening moonlight glittering against the curtains. Maybe I've been thinking about this all wrong, I say loudly. Maybe there is a way to save Jack and the others. A way I haven't thought of until now. A way that now seems so obvious, so clear. It's been there all along, the knowledge already inside me. I pull myself up from the floor, still holding the book in my hands. Tears dry at the corners of my eyes, adrenaline pulsing through me. I have to find my parents, but when I rush to the bedroom door and try to turn the cold silver knob, it doesn't move. I try again. I wiggle the knob. I push my shoulder against the door, but it won't open. The door is locked. And you can trust them, Sally, because you're an idiot. All right, that was the end of chapter 14. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. Please have a beautiful night and have a beautiful sleep, apparently. Please like, share, subscribe. It really does help my channel grow. Thank you so much and have a beautiful time.